College of Love and Charity, we gather round thy noble shrine. We lift our voices in praise to thee and ask a blessing all divine. Dear A&T, a monument indeed. Around thy base with noble hearts, behold thy students kneel. We bless the power that gave us strength to help us in our need. We'll ever strive while here on earth, all loyalty to you. Good morning, my fellow brothers and sisters of North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. I am Courtney Turner, a journalism and mass communication student with the concentration in multimedia journalism. Through today's presentation, I plan on talking about an issue, a topic that means so much to me. Florida A&M University, Morehouse College, North Carolina A&T State, Howard, Spelman, Clark, Atlanta, the list goes on and on and on. But all of these names have one common denominator, and they are all historically black colleges and universities. Through today's presentation, I plan on giving you a little bit of history. So we know that if we were to give all of the history, we would be here for days, for weeks, for months, and even for years. I also plan on giving you the experiences that you'll receive at an HBCU. And lastly, I plan on encouraging you to attend and support these great institutions. Now that the table has been laid, let us dive into a little bit of history. Even before historically black colleges and universities were thought about, education was something that was very important to African Americans. However, they were not always allowed to further their education. Continue their education oftentimes meant that they could very well lose their life. We know that they were allowed to go to primary schools, which would be your elementary schools, but when it came down to going to secondary, which would be your high schools, they were not allowed to go there. Oftentimes the funding wasn't allowed. Sometimes the institutions and the schools were burned down. But then we find the Moral Land Grant of 1862 being passed, which was a grant that was supposed to be given in order to push off land in order to build up universities. Unfortunately, African Americans still were not allowed to attend these universities. And we see these cases very well in the state of North Carolina. For those that are Wolfpack fans, these were one of the institutions that were founded in 1862, but African Americans still were not allowed to attend the universities. But here comes Moral Land Grant of 1890, when the great University of North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University was founded. Then we think about the oldest university of today, which is Cheyney University of Pennsylvania, which was founded in 1853. And currently we have 104 historically black colleges and universities standing at this current moment. So let's talk a little bit about the experience. When you think of HBCUs, what do you think about?
The Greeks.
The Greeks?
Mm-hmm.
Black culture. Anybody else? Before we move any further, Richard, go ahead.
I was going to say how it impacts the community.
How it impacts the community. We're going to watch a little
Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are
I went to Spelman College. I went to Howard University.
I went to Coppin State University.
I went to Xavier University.
I went to Howard University in Washington, D.C.
I grew up in a dominantly white neighborhood my whole life.
I was always like 1 out of 3 black people in every class. I didn't really love me because I was comparing myself to the girls around me.
My high school counselor told me I wasn't smart enough to go to college. Not even being told to go to community college, I was straight told to go to the military. They were one of the schools that gave me a chance.
I took a trip to Howard when I was in 8th grade, and as soon as I stepped on campus, I was like, this is the place that I need to be.
My favorite thing about going to an HBCU, it was so many beautiful black faces. I've never seen that many black faces that were all beautiful and unique in their own right.
You had sisters there, you had brothers there, people who felt like your cousins, and teachers and and professors who felt like your mom and your dad. There are so many different nationalities and so many different ethnicities that make it what it is.
It was just so nice to be around other little black girls, and we were like this big black girl cohort of like 500 students just being amazing and doing all these amazing things, and it was something that I'd never seen before.
I never thought that I would be around different people from different places and we would all still connect in the same way.
I had a friend who was a black, gay, conservative Republican, and I would never have that experience anywhere else.
It's all just a big, loving, melting pot of people.
It's the history and the foundation that you learn, not only as a person, but as the African American community itself. You're so enriched with knowledge.
I think I learned everything about myself and about my history and my past from going to HBCU, and I don't think I could have gotten that at a BWI.
I think that if you can succeed in that environment, then you can succeed in any environment.
I love my HBCU because we hold each other down. We are a big family.
I love my HBCU strictly because of the community.
I love my HBCU because of the sisterhood.
There's no other place where I can go and look around and see all of these beautiful, wonderful black women doing all of these amazing things.
I love my HBCU because it is the Mecca.
I love the culture, I love the history, I love the people.
I learned to love me.
So I don't know about anyone else, but that was a very touching video to me. It goes back to the experiences that you receive at historically black colleges and universities. You are taught your culture, your heritage, your pride. You get a better sense and a better feeling for what your ancestors went through during such depressed times, but yet they decided that they will continue to press forward in order to educate not only themselves, but the generations to come in the future. What you can find at an HBCU. When you hear, man, I got that swag, Juvenile taking over for the 99 in the 2000, you see a Q strolling over here, a Kappa shimmying over there, AKA saying, she's so pretty, she's so fine. This is the experiences that you receive at an HBCU. Now you can find these things at other universities, but it is that HBCU pride, that rich heritage, that culture that you'll only find here. Can I get an Aggie pride?
Aggie pride.
Can I get an Aggie pride?
Aggie pride.
That's a lot better. Huffington Post named their 18 most successful HBCU graduates, and just to name a few: Common, who's a graduate of FAMU; Oprah Winfrey; Erykah Badu, who attended Grambling State University; Keisha Knight Pulliam, aka Rudy, which she went to Spelman; Taraji P. Henson from Howard; Sean Diddy Combs, although he did not graduate from Howard, he did start there. So when we start thinking about the influences that African Americans have made, a lot of these great leaders have come from historically black colleges and universities. The encouragement, our mission. Our first mission, because I know we are all getting ready to be alumni of this great university, our mission is to make sure that we're giving back to the university that made us. As alumni, we are to give back monetarily, but we're also supposed to lift up our brothers and sisters that are coming in. You see, as African Americans, we have a mission. We have a goal to keep these historically black colleges and universities open, to let the pride, to let our history be known. Our ancestors gave up too much for us to let these institutions be closed. It is my desire and it is my hope that through today's presentation, you are encouraged, you are motivated, but most importantly, you will encourage someone to attend an HBCU, take a college tour, be a role model, be a leader, be a king, and be a queen, because this is our mission as students of historically black colleges and universities. I want to say thank you guys so much for your attention and for being here. And remember that as A&T, we do, because that's what Aggies do. Thank you.